and my foot may not be directly underneath my knee because I am getting a little more extension there. But I'll tell you, in my 6 a.m. class, we got a lot of back of the leg lengthening because I could. That's about what I could do, is lengthen the back of my legs, and which is a good thing too. But we want to be able to do everything eventually, right? Or as much as we can. So let's go ahead and sit, settling in with our sits bones connected to whatever chair of choice you have today. And remember, that chair has an anatomy and a physical essence to it, just like we do. So connect to it in a good and strong and proud way. Connecting with your energy from the earth as well. So your feet are connecting there and sending that radiant, beautiful energy up. Not saying anything to anybody today about, oh, you should practice outside. Not today. It's just too hot. Even my danza, Monday nights we usually practice. They said not in 102 temperature. So, because that's outside at the park and that's quite active. Let's take a few breaths. And I wouldn't have been going anyways because of my knee. So it's a good thing. And it feels good. I have a ceiling fan right above me. Going down. Finding its lean, its movement. As we will too. Let's go ahead and let your arms come down and rise up here, offering your heart. Just come up to a V, or again, Adrian, maybe one of your shoulders pulls down farther than the other one, or you just match them. Okay, so wherever we are, fingers are out and extended, and we're gazing upward. We're going to maintain a straight spine though, so don't want to arc in the spine yet. We just want to be open to this new day, into our breath, and let our hearts know that we trust them. Faith in their understanding and their knowing. And then take palms down, slowly push through the air and take your chin to your chest. Let's hang there. And let's just really relieve what's going on in the back of our neck and our shoulders by letting our arms be heavy. Letting our breath continue even though we're constricted there in our throat. And then slowly lifting our head so that our chin is up parallel here. Then we're going to take one hand and slide it down the side of the chair. And I'm going to take my head towards that shoulder of where I'm sliding. So instead of trying to keep my head in alignment with my spine, I'm letting it hang and dangle. Angle and dangle, 2. And then I'm coming up slowly. And then I put my head on straight when I come back. Then I slide down the other way, I let my head go. Feel that opening in the top of the shoulder and the side of the neck. And let myself come over to the side. Angle and dangle. And you can hold right onto that front of the leg, or you can just let yourself go. Bringing yourself up. Put that head on straight and then take the chin back towards your chest. Open up and just feel that radiation of all of the muscles connecting and carrying our head, connecting it to the shoulder weight. I wonder we have a lot of weight in our shoulders sometimes with our heavy head and sometimes our heavy thoughts that go with it. Let's lift our head up slowly. With an inhale, exhale, begin to come over to one side. Let your head tilt as well, but pull the shoulder down and let that opening happen. Yeah, on the outside of your neck. That outside opening radiates into the internal opening as well. Maybe find yourself coming a little lower, staying where you were. Bringing the energy into your core. Bring yourself back up. Put that head on straight. And let's send it on down. Other way. Let the head go. And then bring ourselves up quite slowly. Head 2. Find yourself here, and let's take one shoulder forward and one shoulder back. Just getting warmed up there. As you're doing that, we're not moving a lot in a twist. We're just taking the shoulders. And so you're going to feel this all the way down the sides of your body. We're not taking this with our breath either, as you can see. I'm just going in at a rather fast pace. Yours can be as slow and deliberate as you want it to be. Just getting in some warmth. And can you feel that in your obliques and down into your waist just by doing this? And then come back and let's take some big circles back. So I hope sometime, I know Sparky's been here before, get the other 2 of you here too. My little casita, garden home here. 2 more. One time, a friend of Angel's came in, take my arms here, my daughter's Angel, Angelita, and I wasn't here, but both of them came into the casita, and he looked around at the casita and he said, okay, now I understand more about who you are and why you're the way you are. So I'm not quite sure what that meant. And I have to kind of consider the source of this person as well. And come back to center. Let's come into a cactus arms with fingers up, and let's take our bodies left and right some more. Can you tell that today we might be working a lot in our core area? You may feel this tomorrow or later on today in your waist. Real simple thing to do. If you do it when you're sitting in your chair, standing, let's go ahead and take those fingers pointed down. Lift. Let's first lift and pulse up for our triceps. Yeah. Pulling those arms up and finding our rhythm as we do that. And then pull them up and pull them down. Pull them up and let's take our body left and right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you have a comfortable chair. Yesterday in the Sit Strong class, in the in-person class, I was using the same kind of chair that I used at home at the other house, but I didn't have a blanket, and boy, I could feel that on my bony hips. And then, ooh, let those arms come down. I don't know about you, but I am feeling that. I'm gonna go ahead and take circles with one arm. And see my leg now, I can bend it a little bit more, and it just takes a little bit of time. But again, I'm not forcing it, just letting it find its way. Right, that's the best way, right, for all of us and all that we do, not to force something, but acknowledge it and let it find its way. I'm not going out the other way. Make sure you don't have anything behind you that you're hitting your hand on as you find that length in your arm and side body, and caution on those shoulders, Adrian, okay? Whichever one, take it at your your body's needs, let that arm go. It should feel like there's a lot of energy flowing through there. Let's go ahead and take the other one. And as you do feel this in that chest, right in this chest cavity, this chest wall right here. I know Chris has been doing a lot of swimming, and this reminds me of kind of swimming stroke, right? Only you don't just do one side, unless you're doing a side stroke. Let's go around the other way. Swimming, excellent form of physical fitness. Really good for consciousness in your breath as well. I felt when I was used to it once upon my life, I was doing laps, and I felt that it was just a really meditative way of connecting myself with movement and breath, just like yoga has been for me. Woo, let those arms come down. And then let's send them forward, fingers pointing away, and then make fists and pull back. Squeeze those shoulders behind you, and then take your fingers forward, open them up. Okay, a little bit of hand exercises here. Pull back, a really high kind of row position. It's just keeping your elbows at about shoulder height. Flicking those fingers just to get a little bit of that energy release. 2 more times. Good. One arm up, one arm down, and take them behind you if you can. Again, lowering that, Adrian, on the shoulder that doesn't want to do this right now. It may again later, but not if we force it, okay? Really open up your fingers, and maybe open up your heart. And you can go ahead and come into a little curve in that spine if you'd like to really lift that heart up. Take those arms maybe a little bit more behind you. And then straight spine, arms come back, facing fingers towards me. Take one arm up, the other one back and down. See if your heart can press forward. Open up your fingers wider if you want to feel it more in through your musculature and the arms there. And let's take the spine straight. Take the arms forward. And take your hands so that the palms are away on opposite, okay? They're facing out. Open up your fingers, come behind. Bring your hands here, tuck in your fingers, touch your wrists, open up your hands. I'm inhaling here and I'm exhaling here. Fingers, wrists, arms, shoulders. Matching breath and movement, okay? So before we were doing things a little bit faster than we would be breathing. Let's take it with our breath. 2 more, really stretch out. And take your hands on down to your knees, and you should feel a lot of something in your arms, at least I do. And let's just take a break there. Work with the spine, coming into cow, releasing heart, coming into cat, releasing head. Take it with your pace. It should be slow and steady, not fast and jerky. That's when we get to start to have injuries. Keep that in mind. Whenever someone like Julie is not reminding you to breathe with your movements, it might mean you're slower than what other people are doing but you know that it's being done gracefully, carefully, completely. And you're marching or breathing to the beat of your own drum. Let's do 2 more sets. Good stretch for the spine, that lower back, Adrian. Sure you're taking that and building those into your day will help with that lower spine, help with the entire spine, okay? But especially in that lower spine. So raise our arms up, interlace fingers, push palms away from you. And again, Adrian, you might have some really bent arms. That's okay. And let's take some circles, okay? So we're kind of keeping our body forward, and we're moving on the right sits bone and then the left sits bone. Again, working into the obliques. Let's go around the other way. One more time. Finding your center, pushing away, and then taking your arms forward. And from here, let's go ahead and twist now the whole upper body, pushing the arms out to one side, trying to keep our knees facing forward. Okay, so they don't come with us, but the rest of our spine does. And bring yourself back forward here, push away. Let's go ahead onto the other side. And take ourselves back, push away, and release arms out. Take them on down, exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, lift, let's flow. Exhale, hands to heart center, bow down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, express and open, bow down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down into heart center, chin to chest. You've got that rhythm now. You've got the moves. Let's do 2 more sets. Again, moving our joints. That would be neck and shoulders, mostly right here, to the place that feels right for you. And taking hands into Anjali Mudra. A couple breaths here. And it's not like extreme cardio that we just did, but you had your arms over your head quite a bit. So that does raise your heartbeat some. Let's go ahead and take our hands down. We're going to move into eagle. Just do arms first, then we're going to just do legs, then we're going to combine. Okay, raise up, inhale. And now from here, we exhale right under left. And just go to that place that feels comfortable for you. All right, Adrian? So maybe here, maybe you're able to come here. Not sure where the catch is in your shoulders. So you know that, just feel into it. And from here, let's go ahead and look up, not necessarily bringing our elbows up, but look up and let our heart take our arms outward. And then come to straight spine. Come down about a quarter with an exhale. bring yourself up. Lift your heart, and that lifts your arms because you're pulling down on your chest, okay? And then come back to center, bow quarter. Coming up on an inhale where the heart lifts your arms up. Take yourself down on your exhale. You may want to feel that you're ready to go deeper than a quarter. Not necessary. If you do, pull in at your navel, keep that lower spine protected. And again, I just caught myself trying to lift my arms away from my chest and pulling them down. And then I push my heart forward by taking a curve of my lumbar spine. I come back to straight, and then I let myself bow down to whatever depth I'm ready to go. I slowly come back up, and I'm going to do that 2 more times. My heart pulls my arms up, and then I bring myself down. And bringing myself back up. I'm going to release those arms. Remember which one was under, okay? That was my right, that was under. I'm going to go ahead and just take some wrist rotations here. The wrists, another really complex area of our body that some of us get some pain or stagnation in there. I'm going to go ahead and go around it the other way. So also on my knee, I use my sweet birch for bones and joints, and I use my cornet and know that I can heal myself. And then hands down, just shake it out here. Let's go ahead and take the other arm under. I raise up and I come flying down like an eagle, come across, take my hands here, or go ahead and find my wrap. Hold down, feel your arms connected to your chest area, okay? And then I'm gonna lift up, inhale. And I'm gonna come down a quarter, exhale. So kind of like the little bobbing little bird that you see sometimes at bars, or picking up toothpicks when it bows down. I remember those little tricky things that they used to sell at gift shops. Actually, I used to sell at a gift shop when I worked at the Range gift shop for a while. Another part of my life. Inhale, heart lifts, exhale. Maybe you're taking yourself a little bit lower, still bobbing and still totally in control, still pulling shoulders down, elbows down, pressing up into your chest area here. And one more, remembering to pull in at that navel point if you take yourself lower than your waist. And come back into center and releasing those arms. Let's go ahead and take hands and just a soft fist. And like this, like we have streamers or pom-poms, or what else could it be? Sparklers, you know, anything that we want to just take a little bit of movement and action there. And let's reverse that. Other way. Good. And then let them out. Do whatever you need to do. And now we're going to work on the leg part. So here's where I'm going to take some modifications. Ooh, I'm going to take one leg in. I'm going to take the other, my good knee is on top, and I'm going to cross over, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and take some ankle rotations on that leg that's over. I'm going to reverse that direction. And then I'm going to take my legs together and I'm going to squeeze them. Maybe this front foot comes behind the other one, and I can maybe double cross, all right? These are our legs for eagle pose, okay? What leg is on top of yours? Notice that. So mine is the right. You don't need to change yours. Just listen to what you'll do. Okay, open up your arms, inhale. Whatever leg is on top, that arm comes under as you come into eagle. I don't know if that really makes any difference, but that is how the traditional pose is taught, okay? And we're gonna lift up and we're gonna make 2 circles in one direction. Use your obliques and really take that over and around, pulling down, lifting up, and then coming up. Let's bow down, elbow to knee, chin to chest, rise up, bow down, rising up again, and bowing down. Let's do that 2 more times, your breath. This is my inhale. Bow down in my exhale. Taking it slow. Taking myself up, releasing those arms. Yeah. And I'm going to come and make some circles as I work to unwrap my legs, coming with my feet both into the ground, taking circles, maybe bigger, maybe smaller. Feels good to you, please do. And then I'm going to reverse. Did a lot of arm work today. Get up and stand and do a little bit of stand for the strengthening of the leg. 2, up, and bring our hands down. Now, go ahead and cross the other leg over. I'm just going to take mine at the ankle because I don't know if my knee really is ready to take that much of a bend. So I'm just crossing over there. You're going to cross the other leg over as much as is right for you. And take your arms up. And exhale, whatever leg is forward or on top, that arm goes under, and find your clasp. Is it here, here, here? Where are you finding it? And let's just play with the shoulders. I'm taking one shoulder up and one shoulder down as my arms kind of move. And I'm lifting up, inhale. Exhale, take myself forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Two more, please. Follow your breath. And take myself up. And releasing those arms. Take them up. Release my legs. Come into cactus. Rise up. 2 more cactus. Good. Arms come up. And float your hands on down. Exhale. Good. Let's do a twist. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stay in my mountain legs and cross one hand over to the opposite knee. Take my hand behind me. I think my back is straight, but when I press down, I can say, oh, I guess I could make it even straighter. And now I'm going to go ahead and take a look over that back shoulder. Looking at all my little gadgets that I have behind me here. Coming on back around, taking your hands here. I even have my kind of Christmas decorations still up. I use them all year round. Go ahead and take the other hand to the knee. There are a lot of the metal, colorful metal art from Oaxaca that I got that I just leave up all year round with a string of Christmas lights. And my chili pepper lights up in the kitchen. and then releasing, coming on back forward. All right, let's go ahead and open up our legs. And we're gonna start working our way up out of the chair. If you want, you don't have to, okay? So opening up to whatever point feels right for you to take your hands onto your thighs, to lean your body weight forward and making sure you can lift your seat out, your seat out of the chair, okay? So here we are in a really wide-legged squat that's supported with our hands on our thighs. I'm gonna take one shoulder forward, let the other one come back and look behind me. We're getting into those obliques again, and still taking myself forward, reversing, coming on over. Oh yeah, just got my little chiropractic pop out. Good. And let's do that again. And I probably needed it because, you know, whenever part of your body, one side is a little bit off, our whole spine, our whole alignment can get off. So with me just taking kind of, not quite a limp, but a little bit, let's do one more each side. That probably was already affecting my spine. So now I can have a little release there. Coming back here and bringing myself over to the other side. Yeah. And then back into center, slowly lengthening those legs. Okay. So you've got as wide a stance as is comfortable for you. And from here, go ahead and have your feet. We want stability. So if your stability is, I need my feet out, take them out a little bit. Don't go out too far or you're going to find instability. Don't come in too far or you're going to find instability. All right. Find where if someone came and tried to push you off of your space, you would still be able to stay here. Okay. All right. Let's just take some slides down one side, lift up the other. Really feel that stretch in the side body coming back up. And that somatic touch, right? Touching into our own bodies to give ourselves some feedback, right? So here I can say, yeah, okay. My fingers went to my knee. Maybe they went down a little bit farther than the knee. Maybe they just slid halfway down my thigh, outside of my thigh. But I can give myself that feedback, right, about what seems to be right. Let's do one more each side. For when I say right, that means right from me, okay? There's no right or wrong on how far you need to be coming down. All right, let's take our hands here behind our head, and let's just take a twist over onto one side. Bring myself back. Take a twist over on the other side. Again, working to those obliques. Come on back. Now let's take it down. Yeah. And bring yourself up. And let's take it down. And bring yourself up. And let's take it to a twist again. And forward. And another twist. Bring yourself forward. And come on down one more time on each side, right into the meat of the matter there, right into the meat in the sides of our waist, our waistline. Take your arms out and take them on down. And from here, see if you can heel toe your feet in so that they are underneath your hips. And we're standing in mountain pose, okay? And so from here, I'm going to have you guys, I'm not going to be doing it, but those of you out there in Never Never Land can do it. You're going to take your arms up, and I'll do part of it. And then bend your knees just a little bit. I'm going to bend just even a really tiny bit, but your little bit might be more than my little bit. And then inhale, lift. Exhale, come into cactus, take your heart forward. I'm going to be careful. I've got a fan right on top of my head. There we go. I guess I'm not that tall though. Inhale here and exhale. Bend into your knees just a little bit. Your little bit again could be different than mine. Push through your feet. Inhale, lengthen, cactus. Rise up, come into another bend. For some of you, it might be into chair pose, okay? I'm not going into chair today. Inhale, lift, exhale, cactus. Inhale up, exhale, hands come forward. And again, bend into those knees. Take your seat down, your tailbone down to wherever is right for you, all right? And this is about all for me. Come on up, inhale, and pull back. Take your chest forward. Take your arms forward. Let's come on down. Bring yourself up and take yourself. Elbows back, chest forward. 2 more times. Come into your chair pose, all right? However low that is for you. Bring yourself into straight legs. Pull back on the reins. Let your heart come forward. Una vez más, hands here. Come on down. Pull and open up. And take your hands down. Good. All right, let's do some more leg work that I might be able to participate in a little bit better. And we're going to take the chair, short side, facing you guys. Okay. And find myself when I get the chair facing that direction. I look at my feet and I find that they are running pretty parallel to one another. And I'm going to go ahead and take my hands down onto the chair. And I'm feeling opening in the backside of my legs. Okay. And you're going to feel that a little bit more if you take your toes in and your, toes in, heels out. And you're going to feel your sits bones widen here. And you're going to find a little more lengthening the backside of those legs. If you need a little more lengthening, go ahead and take your arms onto the chair and let your head rest on your arms. And you're going to find more lengthening in your spine. But because your head is lower now than your waist, pull in at your navel. Be strong in the core. Keep that lower spine really protected and strong by doing that connection with the core. And then bring yourself back. If you went down, take your feet back into parallel and then walk your legs back. Okay, walk your legs back and we're going to come into down dog here where I have my hands on the chair and I have my head so that my biceps and my ears are close by. And I'm feeling that stretching in the back side of my legs. And I'm going to bend into one knee and then straighten and then bend into the other and then straighten. So kind of go back and forth there. And that's going to lengthen the back side of your legs a little bit more. Then come into stillness. And then take your hands to kind of the front of the chair. Come up onto the balls of your feet and then bring yourself down. Take yourself back to your heels and stretch your tailbone back. Okay. And then flat feet. And at this point, my hips are right above my heels. And then my hips come forward as they come onto the balls of my feet. My hands are supporting me on that chair, okay? And then my feet come down, push my tailbone back, come onto my heels, and my ears are close to my biceps maybe. Stretch and feel that in the back of the legs. Come back into that neutral position, high in the balls of the feet. Maybe my body comes forward a little bit more weight onto my hands. Squeeze into your quadriceps here, feet down, neutral. One more time, each direction. Let's go ahead, come onto those heels. Feel that, yeah, in the calf. Come on to flat feet, neutral. Bring yourself forward really high in the balls of your feet there. And take yourself down. All right, and now let's go ahead and bring one foot forward, okay, and leave the other one behind you. And we are now in pyramid pose, okay? Both feet are pretty much going toes forward. I'm going to widen that stance as needed. Okay, so Josephine, you talked about a wider stance, giving you more stability. And in our pyramid, a wider stance will give all of us more stability. So pyramid is different than the others because all the toes are forward, hips are forward pretty much. The legs are long, both of them, we don't bend into them. And from here, either bend your elbows so that you're feeling lengthening coming into the back of that leg, and then straighten your arms. Bend into the elbows, head comes towards the chair, and then straighten your arms. 2 more times, bend into the elbows. My head just touched the chair because it's working its way into more lengthening of the spine and the backside. And once you find the depth that you're going to be, maybe your head is on that chair, or you cross your arms over and put your forehead on your wrists or forearms. And let's rest there a bit with that nice stretch in the backside of the legs, okay? And if resting your head is not available to you, you have a couple blocks that will raise, you can put them on the seat of the chair, and then you can raise yourself up that way. Or maybe you're just keeping yourself with a straight parallel spine to the ground. But here should be feeling opening all the way up into that glute of that forward leg. And some of these stretches we like to hold a little bit longer, and that is kind of the yin yoga style, where you take a stretch and you really spend time in it. And then we're going to raise ourselves up. That's my next goal for yoga, is let's bring that foot back and find yourself in your down dog again. Tailbone back, arms stretching. So my next goal is to get certified in yin yoga. Go ahead and take the other foot forward. Take that wide stance. Make sure you feel comfortable. Got my certification now for prenatal yoga. Anybody knows anybody that wants that? I'm going to start advertising it pretty soon. I just haven't had time to yet. But then I want to do some yin yoga too, because I know that's something that that we can appreciate a little bit, but I really want to get good at it so that I can pass it on to you. So find your legs in that pyramid position. Let's go ahead and bend your elbows, okay? The tailbone goes back. And so you're doing like little push-ups. Maybe you just bend a bit, okay? Maybe you bend until your head comes to the chair. We're doing 4 total. On that 4th one, stay down to whatever, okay, area you are in. Maybe your arms are crossing over and you're placing your forehead down, and you're going to breathe in this position a bit. So what yin yoga will do is it helps to really get into the fascia and help your muscles remember what it's like to be open, to be stretched, because they do spend quite a bit of time in one position. It's not for everybody. Some people really like to do faster, more active yoga. So it's nice to mix it up. Are you breathing? And I'm still here. And then I'm going to raise myself up, back to my hands, arms straight, bring that front leg back and walk myself back so I can come into down dog there. I'm going to rise high in the balls of my feet, and I'm going to bring my weight forward. Maybe you just come a little bit like we did earlier. Maybe you bring yourself all the way forward into a plank position, okay? Notice I'm doing all of these things that we can keep our legs straight. So let's go ahead, come on back. Rise up, bring yourself forward. But if you know, it's a good lesson, a lot of lessons. And another one is that we don't quit doing something we love doing because one part of our body has decided to not play ball with us. It's just we have to modify, right? We have to find ways to get around. And some people aren't happy when they have to modify because they feel like they're weak or they're incapable or they're whatever, you know. I just believe keep on keeping on. And let's come on back. I was still even doing yoga when I had broken toe. That was not easy. And it's amazing how one little, it was my baby toe. Go ahead and walk up. Find yourself in kind of a half lift here. And then exhale, bending those elbows again. Place your forehead down. Come on up. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana here. Ardha Uttanasana, we come into half Uttanasana. When we come into forward fold, feel that in the back of your legs. Come on up. Release your hands. Slowly rise up. Find your feet underneath. Your hips are maybe a little bit wider here. And take a stand. Take a stand and stand up for yourself. Stand up for what you believe is right, even when you're standing alone. I used to have that poster in my classroom. And we would talk about that with the students, you know, when is it that they feel that they're being pressured to do things, and are they able to take that stand on their own? I've got my hands interlaced behind me, and I'm just opening up my heart for those people in the heart chakra and everyone that we need to keep opening up those hearts. I hope you guys are doing that, even when you don't see me. And bring yourself up and release and just kind of shake out whatever needs to be shaken out. And let's go ahead and find ourselves back on the chair. So I don't know about strengthening so much. Got some strengthening of the legs today, Josephine, but a lot of it was stretching too. And that's real important also just for your stability and support. So go ahead and find yourself seated in your chair again. And let's go ahead and do some circles here with hands on our thighs. And we're circling around. We did this with our arms over our head earlier. This should be a little bit more freeing. And let's take it and go around the other way. So we had a lot going on this morning. I take my car over to Bernalillo and get it fixed. And that was after I taught my morning class. And then we weren't able to come to meditation, come into center here. And then we came here and put in the air conditioners, rise up. Mark hung some shelves for me. I'm getting the casita ready for my daughter and her boyfriend to be here. So, and my car is over getting worked on, and the dogs, Mark's there as the vet's coming to take care of the dogs for this morning. And let your arms come down. We'll have one shoulder go back, the other go back. That's why I found myself here with you guys this morning at the casita instead of at the other house. It's kind of nice to be in a different place in space. And let's take and churn our shoulders, churn them and turn them in the opposite way. And then let's just come back, seated in your mountain pose. Let's come into our center. Let's come into the calming of our breath. think about what you've done today in this last hour. A lot that's really opened up your body, opened up maybe some stagnant energy. Get your circulatory system going, your lymphatic system going. Working on the stretching of the muscles. Yeah, from that, we have to stretch our minds a little bit too. Working on modifications that work right for us. Listening most importantly to our bodies, to our hearts, and the mind. Well, that can come into third place. Sometimes that really throws us off kilter. So thank you all for being here today. I'm always honored and pleased to meet you anywhere, anytime, any place.